Most men think respect is something you ask for, or worse, something you explain your way into. They walk into a room and start talking, filling the air with justifications, resumes, and nervous energy. But look closely at the men who actually command the room. They aren't the loudest. They aren't the ones over-explaining their presence. They are the ones who understand the status blueprint. Most men are invisible. They walk through life apologizing for the space they take up, telegraphing their insecurity through 1,000 tiny nervous gestures. They think that to be noticed, they need to be loud. They think that to be respected, they need to explain themselves. But they have it backward. In every human interaction, there is an unspoken negotiation of rank. And that negotiation is won or lost before you even open your mouth. Welcome back to Male Psychology School. Today we are moving past the why of Stoic silence and into the how. We are building the status blueprint, a comprehensive step-by-step instructional system for commanding respect through action. I've analyzed the successful themes of our Masterclass of Silence, and today we're adding the field exercises you need to master your presence in any social hierarchy. We aren't just talking about philosophy. We are talking about social engineering. This is how you lead without a word. One, the principle of controlled movement and the stillness drill. The first pillar of status is the mastery of your own nervous system. High-status individuals move with a deliberate economy. Low-status individuals are leaky. They have constant, purposeless movement. The instruction, you must eliminate static. Static is the fidgeting, the shifting, and the rapid blinking that happens when your brain is trying to process social pressure. Field exercise, the 2-minute statue drill, go to a public place, a coffee shop, or a park. Find a seat where you are visible. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Your goal is 0 unnecessary movement. Do not check your phone. Do not adjust your shirt. Do not scratch your nose. Simply breathe and observe. Why this works? This drill forces you to sit with the social itch, that internal pressure to move to relieve tension. When you master the ability to remain still while being observed, you signal to everyone around you that you are the most comfortable person in the room. In a hierarchy, the most comfortable person is usually the one in charge. 2, the architecture of space and the doorway entry. Status is also defined by how much of the environment you own. Low-status men try to minimize their footprint. They pull their elbows in, they cross their ankles, they are subconsciously trying not to be a burden on the environment. The instruction: you must adopt relaxed expansion. This isn't about aggressive posturing or manspreading. It's about occupying the space that is naturally yours with 0 apology. Field exercise, the doorway threshold check. Every time you walk through a door today, whether it's your office, a gym, or your home, pause for exactly 1 second at the threshold. Keep your shoulders back and your chin parallel to the floor. Do not look down at your feet. Scan the room once, then move towards your destination at 70% of your normal walking speed. Why this works: pausing at the doorway forces the room to register your presence. It breaks the habit of sneaking into a room. By slowing down your walk, you signal that you are not in a rush to serve anyone else's timeline. You are the protagonist of the scene. 3, the economy of gaze and the hold and release method. Your eyes are the primary way the human brain calculates rank. Submissive men look away first. They dart their eyes around, searching for cues on how to behave. Dominant men have a heavy gaze. The instruction: you must learn to hold eye contact without it becoming a stare down. High-status eye contact is calm, not aggressive. Field exercise, the service counter challenge. The next time you are ordering food or paying for a coffee, look the person in the eye when you speak. When they respond, keep your eyes fixed on theirs. Do not look down at the card reader or your wallet while they are talking. Hold the gaze for 2 seconds after the interaction is finished, then calmly look away. Why this works? Most people break eye contact the moment an instruction is completed. By holding it slightly longer, you demonstrate that you are the one directing the energy of the interaction. You are practicing being the observer rather than the observed. 4, the result first communication and the explanation fast. This is the most critical step for those of you who struggle with over-explaining. In a hierarchy, the person who explains themselves is seeking validation. The person who simply states the outcome is providing leadership. The instruction: adopt a result-first framework. Give the conclusion before the context. Field exercise the 10-word limit. For the next 24 hours, when someone asks you a why or how question regarding a decision you made, answer in 10 words or less. Example: question: why did you change the meeting time? Low status. Answer: oh, well, I thought maybe everyone was busy and I saw the calendar was full, so I figured. High status. Answer: the afternoon slot is more efficient for the team. Why this works? It forces you to stop negotiating your worth. By cutting out the justifications, you leave a vacuum that the other person has to fill, and this shift in the burden of conversation immediately raises your perceived status. 5. Handling pressure and the breathe-through response. Status is most visible when things go wrong. When you are challenged or interrupted, your physiological response tells the world exactly where you sit in the hierarchy. The instruction: never overlap your speech with an interrupter. If someone cuts you off, stop immediately. Oh, wait. Field exercise: the interruption reset. The next time someone interrupts you in a social setting, stop talking instantly. Do not try to finish your sentence. Look at them with a neutral expression. Let them finish. Wait 2 seconds of silence after they are done. Then say, as I was saying, and continue exactly where you left off. Why this works: this is a power reset. It shows that their interruption didn't fluster you, but it also didn't change your course. You are demonstrating that your narrative is the one that matters. 6. Case study: the heavy presence of Marcus Aurelius. To understand the historical foundation of the status blueprint, we have to look at the man who sat at the absolute peak of the most powerful hierarchy in human history, Marcus Aurelius. As Emperor of Rome, Aurelius didn't need to shout to be heard. In fact, historical accounts describe him as a man of profound gravitas, a Roman virtue that translates to weight, seriousness, and influence. While other emperors fell into the trap of performative power, using flashy displays and loud decrees to prove their worth, Aurelius used the stillness of the throne. The analysis: Aurelius practiced what modern psychologists call internal locus of control. When he was in the Roman Senate, surrounded by men vying for his favor or plotting his downfall, he didn't react to the noise. He applied the statue drill on a grand scale. He understood that an emperor who reacts to every whisper is not an emperor, but a subject of his own court. Field exercise: the Aurelian filter. In your next high-stakes environment, whether it's a performance review or a difficult family gathering, imagine you are wearing an invisible crown. Not out of arrogance, but out of duty. Ask yourself, if I were the final authority in this room, would I be fidgeting right now? Would I be rushing my words? The lesson: status flows towards the man who remains unchanged by the chaos around him. When you adopt the Aurelian filter, you stop looking for cues on how to act and you start providing the anchor for everyone else's behavior. Let's close here. Implementing the blueprint. The status blueprint isn't a mask you wear. It's a discipline you practice. These exercises might feel awkward at first because they go against the nice guy programming most of us were raised with. But remember, respect isn't a gift. It is a reaction to the way you carry yourself. Start with the 2-minute statue drill tomorrow. See how the world looks when you aren't constantly moving to appease it. If you're ready to master your presence, comment status below. I'll be in the comments looking for your results from the field exercises. Stay stoic.